Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is a part 6 of my Salesforce admin series where I am posting a videos of a 10 to 15 minute on Salesforce administrator. If you are new on my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and press a bell icon for further notification. In the last video, we talked about the workflow in a Salesforce as well as a process builder in Salesforce. So if you haven't watched that video, then you can find the link in the description box or in the top right corner of the video on a I button. So let's get started with the admin series part 6, flows in Salesforce, or what we say a lightning flow, which help us to automate complex business processes and manual data entry. Flow let us work smart by saving our user time and making sure required tasks are accomplished correctly. So if you are a Salesforce administrator, then flows are one of the most powerful tool for you. If you set properly, flow make you look like a rock star to your sales team. But if your flows aren't configured correctly, they might be difficult to manage or make a mess, which is also kind of rock star. In this video, I will try to explain what is flow and show up the few simple example of flow. If you talk about a definition of flow, then the flow is an application that automate complex business processes. Simply saying that you can create a logic or a process to do some task on your data. Like if you don't have a knowledge of programming, then also you can build a complex business logic using a flow. So we can build a 5 different type of flows using a Salesforce flow. First is a screen flow, where you can put some UI element and try to get an input from a user and perform some action on the base of that. Like you can save a record or you can use that data to perform some other action. Second is a schedule triggered flow. In that you can schedule an action on the flows. Next is the auto launch flow, which automate your task. Like you can invoke the flow using a Apex class or process builder or some record change or some platform event. And fourth is the record triggered flow. In that, what happened when you try to save any record and you want to perform any action on the before action or on the after action, then you can do that using a record trigger flow. And the last is a platform event triggered. In that, if you want to activate any flow or you want to perform any action, use the platform event trigger flow. Let's see few examples of a flow. So in this video, we are going to create a lead using a screen flow and place that screen flow on home page. So let's go to our Salesforce. So you can see I have logged in my Salesforce. So in the quick find box, let's search for the flow. Click on the flow. So to create a flow, you can click on this new flow button. Let's click on there. In the next, you have an option to choose like which flow you want to create. So we are going to use the screen flow. Let's click next and we will choose a free form for now. So on the flow builder, you can see we have a toolbox here where we have a two option, like we have a element and we have a manager. In that we can create our resources, either it is a variable or some record resources. First, let's see on the element. So in the element, you can see we have a few interaction element like a screen, action or subflow. And next we have some logical element, like we can assign a value to something, or we have a decision element, and we have a loop element, and we have also a sort element for the collections. And in the last we have some data element, like we can create a record, update a record, or get a record, or we can delete a record. So for us, we are going to create a screen flow. So we will drag this screen in the flow builder. So on a screen flow, you can see we have a lot of input variables there, like address, call script, cancel appointment, and all this. And we also have a two display component, display text and section. For our scenario, we are going to create a lead with the value of a first name, last name, company name, and email. So what we are going to do, we are going to choose a input as a text. So in a search component, just search for a text and drag it to on the screen, and we can drag another text for that. Let's drag a email there, and in the last, let's choose a text again for a company name and drag it on the screen. So our next step is to provide each of this component a name and API name. So on the flow label, we want to show a create lead, and API name is a create underscore lead. And the next we want as a first name. In the second text, we want as a last name. And in the lead, the last name is required. So we'll choose the require option. In the next, this is the email. We will give a API name as a email. And in the next, we can give a company and the API name as a company. And in the lead, the company is required. So we'll give a required. And in the buttons, we don't want to show this pause or previous button. So in the control navigation, we will deselect the previous as well as a pause, and we'll click a done with our screen. So you can see our screen is created. Now after going to the screen, when user enter all the data, we want to create a lead. So on the data element, we will choose a create record option, and in that we will give a label and API name as create lead record, and we'll going to create a one record at a time, so we'll choose a one. And in the next how to set a record field, we will use as a separate resources or literal values, and in this object we will search for the lead, and in this section we will provide our each input to be a field values of the lead. So now let's search for the first name, and in the value we'll give our first name. Let's click on the add field and search for the last name. We'll provide a last name of our component. Let's search for the email, and let's give a email, and we will choose a value of the email, and in the last we will search for the company, and we'll give the text company value, and we'll create a done. So we have created the create record part also. Now we have to connect these flows. So to connect that, just click your mouse on the start screen and drag that to the screen, and click on the screen and drag it to the create record. It is done. So let's click on the save button and give a flow a name, create lead, and click on the save. Let's click on the activate to activate our flow. Now let's go to the Salesforce homepage and add our flow there. So we'll going to search for the sales app, click there. On the home page, let's add our flow by clicking on the gear icon, click on the edit page. On a search, let's search for the flow. Let's drag this to on the right section of the page. In the flow, let's choose our flow, click on the save, click on the activate, click as a assign to a or default, and click save, and let's click back. So you can see our flow is added on the home page. Let's test it by giving a name as a Avnish, last name as a Yadav, and in the email I will provide a avnish.yadav@gmail.com, and in the company name let's give a company name as a Avnish Yadav, and let's click on the next. See, if you go to the lead, and we can see our lead is created just now with following detail like a company name as a Avnish, email what we have given there. If you go on a detail page, we can see the name as a Avnish Yadav. So we have done with our first example. Let's move to our second example. So in the next example, we will use a record trigger flow. Let's read a condition. Whenever a new account record is inserted in Salesforce, we need a new case to be created, and this new case should be associated with a newly created account as a child record, and also we need to create a new task related to the newly created case. So let's go to the Salesforce. Let's click on the new flow. Let's choose the record trigger flow because we are going to create a case whenever an account is created, and on that case we are going to create a task. So let's click next. Let's choose a free from. In that it will fire up when a record is created and run the flow after the record is saved, because we want the account ID to associate with a case, so we are going to perform after the scenario. Let's choose the object as account. Let's search for the account. In the condition, let's choose the none and click done. In the data element, let's drag a create record for the case. Let's give a label as a create case. We are going to create a one record at a time. Let's use the option use a separate resource, and let's search for the object case. Let's provide a few field value to a case. Let's choose for the account ID, which is equal to a account ID of our record. So we'll go to the record and we're going to choose ID. Let's add a field. Let's choose the case subject, and in that we will provide a account name. Let's choose another field as a description, and in that we will choose a accounts description. Let's click on the done, and let's choose another create record option for creating a task. Let's drag it to the screen, and let's give a name as a create task, and let's choose the option for use a separate resource, search a object as a task. Let's give a few field values. In that, let's choose the what ID, and we'll give the what ID to a case which we are going to create. So there you can see in the variables we have a case ID from a create case, so we'll choose that. Let's give a subject as account description. Let's choose a activity days, and in that we going to use a flow, and we're going to give a current date. Let's click on the done. Let's connect these by dragging this to the create record, and in the create record we'll drag that to a create task. Let's click on the save, give a name as a create case and lead. Let's click on the save. Let's click on the activate. So let's test it. Let's go to the sales app. Let's go to our account, and we are going to create a new account, name as a test account flow, and we'll give some description as a test description. And we'll click on the save. So you can see a new account is created with the case 1026. If you open this case, in this case you can see a new task is created. So if you go to the related section, you can see in the open activity a test description task is created. So we are done with the second example. And also, if you have any queries related to Salesforce topics, you can comment below and I can help you with that. So if you like my videos, please do subscribe to my channel and press a bell icon for further notification. And if you have any queries, you can comment down and I can cover that part in next video. Thanks for watching.